But like I was saying, the game basically wants you to set up Sandy's route by spawning those hooks in as SpongeBob on the lower path, and then you'll be able to navigate the upper path when you get there. And the buttons will stay pressed if you die, so no worries there. You just gotta press them one time and that's it.
Do I go this way?
Yeah, you're gonna want to go right.
Let's go.
Yeah, go that way.
Ah, my OCD, I gotta get these.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm pretty sure that you would have been able to get those later, but whatever.
Fuck.
Yeah, you're better off just doing your bubble wand there.
Fucking hate Sandy.
Sandy's the best character, in my opinion. I think Sandy's the most fun to play.
Well, I just don't like her little... Go fuck yourself.
Also, just as a heads up with those sleepy time robots, if you wake them up, they will be fucking pissed at you until you get out of their radius. But not only that, if they're awake when you hit them with your bubble wand, you'll have to hit them twice.
I love opening presents.
She does drugs.
And there you go, you activated the thing. So if you jump in that box right there. There you go.
What the fuck? That was rude.
Yeah, that kind of was a little cheap. But
Fresh like a spring breeze.
yeah, you can go ahead and break that. And then you'll be able to activate the button because now you've got some SpongeBob mechanics to deal with.
Do I have to slide with them?
No, you're not going to slide, but you have 15 seconds to make it to the end of this pathway. So you need to be fast, but, you know, also not fall off. Luckily for you, break out. There you go. Lucky for you, they actually were more lenient on the time limits in the remake compared to the original. In the original, like, for example, this platform, I believe you only had 6 seconds, whereas that gave you 7. And also, because the SpongeBob is better controlled and faster, yeah, it's really not a challenge in this game compared to the remake. But yeah, you've already made it to the end of the SpongeBob sequence. For this part, there is another sequence later on where you have to SpongeBob a little bit, but that's it for now. So, also, one thing I've never understood is why there are these giant toothbrushes right there. I don't know, that always felt out of place, and I don't think that's a reference to the actual show, so I'm not sure why they're there. That always seemed a little random to me.
Those?
Yeah. I don't know, these toothbrushes always just seemed a little random to me.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
But yeah, you're gonna
Because they're fresh, like a spring breeze.
No, he's talking about his underwear. But now you've got Sandy's part, so...
Cheeky cunt. Why the fuck? What the
Those were words.
Yes.
So...
Did you hear him? Little BB-8, little fuck. This is where they actually got
Yeah,
BB-8
now that I think about it, that is basically BB-8 before BB-8. So remember to hold circle.
Okay, I forgot which button it was.
There you go. So yeah, you activated all those switches for Sandy, so now you shouldn't have too much trouble navigating from platform to platform, because, you know, without them, I don't even think you'd be able to make some of these jumps. So, yeah, you're going to want to jump across here. And then a word of advice that I'll give you is to not go right, go left. Kill those enemies first. And I'm glad you're taking my advice of lassoing them in the air, because that's way better than lassoing them on the ground.
Oh,
yeah.
I didn't even know that was your advice. I was just kind of doing it.
Yeah, I gave that advice in downtown Bikini. Don't go that way. Don't go that way. Don't go that way. Go that way first. Trust me, I'm saving you some time by doing this.
Going all the way down?
No, go to the grappling hook.
I'm not going to make it.
Yes, you are. And then try to avoid Chuck, and then you activated the teleport box. So now take the teleport box. Don't switch to SpongeBob, but yeah, take the box.
Can I get that?
You can. I mean, it doesn't really matter. All right, that's 30 golden spatulas. 30% done the game.
Done with the game.
Done the game. Go ahead and hop in the box right there, and then you will warp back to right here, which is, I mean, it's not that far, but Basically, it just unlocked you a faster way up there instead of having to do that long jump every single time. One thing that's important to note is that when you are Sandy, you cannot sneak, which means any tikis are not going to be able to be broken by Sandy other than by her using her lasso, that is. You won't be able to get close enough to chop them or anything, so... And yeah, that is another way you can technically get up here, if you're controlling Sandy, is you can just cheat the lasso, which that's in the original game too, that's not just the remake. But if you're SpongeBob, that teleport box is kind of important.
So where do you want me to go?
Go on top of that platform and basically go along the SpongeBob route, but as Sandy.
Take that.
So yeah.
Bypass.
Yep, and then what I'm gonna want you to do is, if you just go along this path, you'll see it, but there's a thing you can jump on right there, and you can get that artwork. Nice. The sock, you're gonna have to go up top again, but...
Sure, just let me get that goddamn sock.
But you have this trampoline right here. If you jump on that, you can get the shiny objects first if you so desire.
What's that button do?
That button will let you get to a golden spatula. If you look to your right and look up, it activated that hook right there. You need to swing on that hook in order to get across to get to that golden spatula. So I would, yeah. Unfortunately, the physics are kind of crappy with the, what's it called? The hooks and Sandy swinging, so it's not exactly player friendly, but you can go ahead and jump on that trampoline to get back over to that gap, and then you can try it again. Or you can go for the sock. I think you should be able to get to the sock from here. Yeah, you'll make that. So then you got the sock, and then you can go for that spatula.
And it's right here.
Yeah, so what you'll need to do is you'll need to basically time your jump with that hook. But there you go. And then you're going to have to, like, lasso and do that, basically.
That was kind of tricky.
Yeah, well, that's not what the game wants you to do, but because the swinging physics are not as good as the original, you're kind of forced to do that. Because
Okay.
it's really wonky. Again, that's something I prefer in the original, where all you have to do is press the button and then you're just swinging from it. You don't have to hold it down and you're not forcing yourself to swing back and forth. You can just dangle if you
Look at
want.
him tripping out. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
Weird. What the fuck?
just happened? Again, another point proving that I think the lasso swinging in this game is not as good as the original. That does not happen in the
That wasn't even a
original.
lasso. It just glitched me out of fucking nowhere. Man, I love playing this remake.
Barnacle Boy, are you on patrol down here?
No, this is my second job. I work security. Now listen, if you want to reach the golden spatula, you need to shut off the museum's security system.
Do you have to iron those pants or are they wrinkle-free? Unlike you.
Pay attention, kid. This is serious stuff. Now, if we don't get this robot thing resolved, Shady Shoals will shut down and I'll have to move back in with my son and his wife and his 4 screaming kids. Now, you see that vent on the other side of the museum?
Yes, sir.
That's where you exit the museum. Good luck, kid.
I won't let you down, Barnacle Boy.
I think that, and I'm pretty sure the original did the same thing. I think that the text boxes, I was trying to be like Sandy and Lasso. I think that the text boxes should, like, you shouldn't have to press X. You know what I mean? Like, it should just be like it moves.
I disagree. I think you should be able to press X at your leisure.
That's dumb.
Nah, because sometimes, you know, people may want to skip past certain parts of the dialogue, or maybe they want to, you know, wait a second because they got distracted by something, but they don't want to miss the dialogue. Like, let's say they, you know, they're in the middle of the cutscene, their phone goes off. Well, you know, they want to check their phone, but they don't want to miss out on what's happening in the game. Well, thankfully, if they're in the middle of dialogue, they can just set the controller down, pick up their phone, check the thing, and get back into it. So, I think it's a good thing.
Tell you something.
But you managed to get 2 of them.
Suck. Motherfucker.
You managed to get 2 of the electric shocky things. You still got 2 more to go, though.
It shines.
Come on!
Oh, you were really pushing your luck there.
Fresh like a...
I don't push my luck. I pull it. Hey, that's a reference to a famous painting.
It is. I'm glad you picked up on that. Fun fact about the museum, not only is it like, it looks completely different from the original game.
How the fuck am I supposed to get over there?
You're supposed to go back to where Barnacle Boy is.
I thought you were gonna say that.
Not only is it completely different from the original game in terms of like the textures on the walls and floors and the colors and all of that.
Oh.
Yep. But all of the artwork is updated. In the original game, it was like the same stock photos, like especially from the episode Texas, like of Sandy's bulk bicep and stuff. But in the remake, they've actually updated the art, and I really do appreciate this detail. I think it's a benefit of the remake.
I can go on the floor now.
Yes, you can, because you deactivated the security system.
Patrick will be glad to have this.
So I actually want you to, you know, take some time and look at all of the artwork on the on the walls, so that way we can see all the different things that are there. And you can also see different artifacts or whatnot in the different display cases. Like
This one right here is my favorite.
Oh yeah, where there's nothing. Yeah, absolutely. But there's some boots, there's some rubber ducks, there's a cowboy hat right there, which is actually worn by an enemy we'll be seeing a little bit later on.
Honestly, I'm gonna say it would have been Gucci if they would have done the boots with the huge spikes. That would have been really
Yeah, I like to reference the movie. Or Pranks a Lot. The with these
squeaky
spiky
boots.
golf cleats, anything is possible. Cleats?
Oh, I was gonna say the spiky, or not spiky, the
The squeaky boots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He takes Pearl to prom.
Time for a little sleepy sneak.
Time for a little sleepy sneak.
Can you believe that I actually knew something SpongeBob?
It's a miracle.
It's a miracle.
So if you jump right now, you're gonna activate him. He's gonna
You
take
just
2
met
hits.
the
So I'm glad you didn't
Sponginator.
jump there.
He can suck my penis.
I feel like a new sponge.
Yeah, so you seem to be having no trouble with the Sleepy Time robots. I will say, Chuck was the first instance of like an annoying enemy, but I think the Sleepy Time robots are actually pretty annoying too. Not as annoying as 2 other enemies that we'll be seeing a little bit later on, but I do think that the Sleepy Time robots can be a pain.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
I should have just stayed over there.
Yeah, you're not supposed. Well, actually, I'm glad you didn't, because you might. Well. No, actually, I don't think you would have glitched the game because the buttons are on the other side, anyways.
The fuck is right there?
Laser grid.
Fucking stupid.
But yeah, you're not supposed to be able to phase through that. So that was weird. I love how you keep standing too close to the tiki.
You know what? I do that on purpose.
No, I don't think you do.
Of course I do.
I love the Scream Patrick right there on the right. There's the, oh, what is it? I forget what it is. It's like God reaching out to Adam picture.
Is it Adam?
I think it's Adam.
Or his name was Steve.
Well, it's a religious painting, so.
Oh, it's like Adam and Eve? Like
No,
that
but
Adam?
yeah, that Adam. I think. I don't know. I could be wrong. You're not supposed to go up that way. You're supposed to go right. But yeah, I love the Scream Patrick over there on the right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And I'm trying to see like what other famous paintings there are in here. We'll be seeing more as we work our way up, but yeah. So again, another added detail I like about the remake more than the original.
Look at that shark.
Yep.
You sharky shark. Sharky
You actually
shark.
need to press those buttons before you can deactivate the laser grid.
Oh, better give me some.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
But what do you think about Rock Bottom so far as a level?
Probably my favorite out of all of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because it just feels like there's more to do, and I like the, I don't know, it just feels bigger and not like just some open, basic, beach-themed ass shit.
I
You know?
feel like a new sponge.
I think I get what you're trying to say.
Fish like a
Which, I mean, I knew that, but I just for some reason didn't. Also, I love how that light is snail po.
I was gonna say that.
That's a reference to serving it up Gary's way. Bop. Blah. I love that episode. The day he lost his identity.
Gary is best. Best boy.
So on the left,
Ooh.
we actually have some character models. These were not in the original game. But yeah, there's some cool character models. You can actually see some NPCs here on the left. Those are the kids from Goo Lagoon, actually.
Fuckers.
Right there. And then,
Oh my god, it's...
yeah, those are actually some Goo Lagoon NPCs. And then there's 2 Sand Mountain NPCs right there. Or maybe it's just the one. But we'll be seeing Sand Mountain later on.
Is Barnacle Boy trying to dab?
I don't know.
Boomer. Look at this. It's like, do you see me floating?
I do see that. Oh, you were standing on that pole thing. The game is detecting that pole thing as something you can stand on. Yeah.
There's nothing like the smell of bubbles in the morning. Smells like...
Got some more artwork here. The famous painting of Venus is actually on the far right.
Okay, the thing that I want to know...
You see SpongeBob as Venus.
Oh my god.
feel like a new sponge.
The only thing I care about, are we gonna see Squidward's painting?
What painting?
You know, the famous, like, Squidward...
Handsome Squidward?
No.
Oh, Bold and Brash?
Yeah.
I think, yeah, we'll be seeing that, but not now. I don't think it's in the museum, but it is in the game somewhere else.
Take that!
I fucking hate Tartar. That's the worst fucking enemy.
Trust me, it's not. There's a Squidward scream.
That one's best.
Mm.
Oh, look at this.
And then that's, I forget what image that SpongeBob was right there, but that's a famous image. And then this,
who?
you did it again.
You know.
And then there's some Shady Shoals NPCs, and those ones actually move, which is even creepier. No, go back to them.
Hold on, I don't want to fucking die. Oh. Squidward is not gay, apparently.
Fresh like a spring breeze.
That's a little disappointing.
There's another Goo Lagoon guy. But yeah, go back over to these guys.
They move!
Yeah, they're real. They're alive. And that's Old Man Jenkins on the left.
This one?
Yeah, that's Old Man Jenkins. Then again, Old Man Jenkins has been portrayed as many different character designs throughout the show, so it's not really consistent, but the one I associate is the one on the left. There's another parody of that God and Adam one right there with King Neptune and SpongeBob. You're going to want to be careful and probably get out of there because, yeah, there's a monsoon spawning those lightning clouds, and you're going to want to jump across that.
Am I going over here?
Yes, right there. You barely made that. Okay, so what you want to do here is actually you want to go up to that tiki and then just get near it and then move back. You can get an super monster combo right there. It's a super ultra mega monster combo in the original game, but they removed
How do I
that for
do
whatever
that?
reason. You bubble bashed and there was a thing above the this section.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, it's above the section. You can't see it. Or actually, oh no, it's not. There's Bold and Brash on the right. On the right.
There it is.
Although I'm pretty sure it shows up in another place too, so. And you gotta climb your whole way back up, so we're gonna cut. Alright, and we're back. And we actually, well, you just got the 4th painting, which is pretty dope. And then there's Sandy and Gary and Patrick on the right there, which is interesting. But yeah, just if you go up to this right here, Sandy's hooks will activate, and that's used to get a purple object. There's some socks. I don't know if you want to get those or not, but I would actually, you know what? Let's save that for later. Let's not worry about backtracking right now. Let's just go ahead and move on to the Trench of Advanced Darkness.